All right, Yazat here. Hope you guys are cool. Hope you guys are okay. Have a great day, like I am. Nice to see you all again. Hope you're all having a great time, and I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to see you guys too. Happy that I can get to do this again for y'all, and yeah, we're back again, trying this art piece, and it's gonna be great. It's gonna be a great time. So hope you guys strap yourselves in, get your cup of cocoa, sit down, and get stuck in to what we're doing. Like I'm trying to do. I hope it's not too early in the morning for you. Yeah. So basically, I'm Yazat. I'm an artist and author. I am here to basically draw this art piece. It's a drawing of a scenery with two adults and two children, a house, fence, vegetation, lake, and all that stuff. So you're gonna see what they're all about. Maybe we might finish this today, maybe not. We'll just see what we can do today and then move from there. Hope you guys are having a great morning. Hope you guys woke up on the right side of your bed. Wherever you are, hope you're having the best time of your life. And if not, then I pray that you do. I thank you for being here today on my live. I really appreciate you being here. Please tell me how you feel this morning and tell me what's going on in your life this morning on the chats. You can tell me what you're also having this morning in terms of like, are you drinking coffee? Are you having a tea? Are you outside? Are you in the bus? Are you in the work? Are you at home? Whatever you're doing. Are you off sick? Whatever you're doing, let me know, please. I hope you guys are cool. You guys are having a great time, because I am. And it gives me great joy to be here doing this in front of you guys. So please don't forget to follow me. Don't forget to share this. Don't forget to comment and let me know how you feel about stuff. So without further ado, I'm going to get straight to getting on with this drawing. I'm going to finish up what I was doing yesterday with the boy. It's pretty hard to see because it's tiny as intended. I'm not really, this is not a character driven piece. It's just more a case of having people around to make this more dynamic. So my intention here is to give the scene more life. I think people bring more dynamism and life to a scene. And I think it's important to have that whenever you're doing scenes like this. So it's something that I am making sure I'm just doing. I didn't plan to have cards in the scene initially. I just had to add them in there. Maybe I did. I mean, I decided not to. Then I decided to go ahead with it. The thought process is not always linear, so I can't really tell you, what I'm thinking. Sometimes I don't know what I'm thinking myself. Then let me just go and see if I can collect a color for my character's jacket. I'm looking for maybe an orangish red, something to that effect. Looks brown. Something that's a bit striking that doesn't meld in the background, because the background is going to be, dirt color, which is brown. So brown is something that it's going to be a lot of brown here. So I don't want to have too much brown in the characters, even if they're tiny. But I want it to be some kind of demarcation, some kind of distinction between the characters in the background, no matter how small the characters are. Right, so I am going to color his jacket red. Let me see how that goes. Let's reduce the size of my brush. Which was acting a bit weird initially, but seems to be fine now. So guys, you're very free to use any brush you want in your software to follow along. Part of the reason why I do this is to teach people who may not be very confident in drawing, even on paper. Talk more of drawing on a digital platform. I'm trying to let you know that like it's just a question of mind over matter. If you really want to do something, then you can definitely do it if you so choose. And I believe that you can actually draw on the software, even if you haven't drawn on paper before. Just pick it up and follow what I'm doing. Try and see what you come up with, if it makes sense or not. And if it doesn't make sense, you try again. If it's something that you feel deep down that you have the hunger for, then you go on and you do it. Hunger is something that will add something good to humanity. Because we have enough evil in the world, we don't need more. The way you bring in is something that's useful to humanity. By all means, bring it out, your level best, make it work. We need more positivity in the world. Evil is very commonplace in this world, so we need more positivity. We need more people doing stuff. I may not always draw the most positive stuff, if that makes sense, but I'm not really talking about what you're drawing. I'm talking about you just drawing something that you want to draw. Sometimes whenever you're drawing a character, for me anyway, because a lot of times people draw characters and just drawing like portraits, drawing sceneries and stuff. When I draw characters, I draw them with a story in mind. So that's kind of why I'm not every single drawing I have is going to be wholesome in terms of like, is it a nice thing going on in this scene or not? So those sort of drawings, I don't think I can do them on Twitch. These ones I should be able to do. I'm an author, so I do write stories for a living, and I do like to dabble in that side of things in terms of making a story. And it's something that I would love to expound on. Maybe down the line I can talk more about what being an author is. I don't class myself as the most technical person. I just feel like I could relay certain things to you that might be useful to you, and it's something that you could use for yourself. That's how I tend to see things. So I don't have the most technical explanations for everything I do, to be honest. I just go and I just do stuff. And I'd rather speak to you guys rather than just sitting here drawing. So I hope that you guys like what you're hearing. If there's anything you have any queries on, I'll do what I do. I will answer, what I can. I don't know everything, so I'm not like an oracle. Just a regular guy like anyone else, just out here doing something he loves to do. That's all. So if you feel, part that you feel that resonates with you, then please come on this journey with me, and you can go on this journey together. You can advise me. I can offer what I have. Hopefully, we can have a balance. That's part of my goal. I'll explain my other goals as the life ensues. So I'm just gonna reduce my brush size. You can catch these other parts. This character. Okay, so we're going to finish with this. I'm not sure if red is the best color for this, to be honest. Let me think. I just remembered I need to color his hands. I'm gonna go with the blue instead. The dark shade. Changing my mind. I'm just gonna go with this color because I just want to be a demarcation. I don't want any confusion. I want there to be a clear delineation between the characters and the background. So I don't want any confusion at all. I'm gonna just change this. And I'll do it. I'll just paint over it and get something nice. Right, so basically, I will go to the background, I believe, and then I will paint the rest of the scenery. I think I'll go with the ground first. I'll paint the rest of the scenery. It's gonna be a render heavy session. You guys should buckle in. If you have any questions, please put in the chat. Let me know what you feel. Those of you who are returning, I appreciate your engagement. Please feel free to let me know how you feel about the channel. Anything that you think would be best. Your views are appreciated. Really are. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Jagger is pretty dark. Go for some light highlights in that regard instead. I want to select a different kind of brush. That I have my collection. I tend to stick with those. When you get so far like this, it would do you well to go through each and every single brush so you can find the ones that make the most sense to you. And then you decide how you want to use those brushes. What capacity would they be best for? You would know more. You'd have more experience in that when you draw more. You'll be able to tell which brush is good for detailing, which brush is good for blocking, which brush is good for all sorts of different things you want to achieve. That's how I roll with my brushes. I figure out which brush does what, so I can say this does this. Some of them I have multi rolls, multi uses. Just stick with what I need to stick with. If it makes sense, then it makes sense. If it doesn't make sense to you, then it doesn't make sense. It's all about you. It's all about what you want. There's no one software that's best for drawing. That's one thing I can tell you. It's you. You are the one who matters. You are the one who makes you are the one who makes the software count. The rule that can probably use like Microsoft Paint and do something better than someone that can use Photoshop. It just depends on the person. Depends on the person, depends on the motivation level, depends on what they're trying to achieve, depends on what's in their brain. That's why inspiration a lot of times is good because you get to see how people achieve certain things and you think to yourself, wow, dude, didn't think this was possible. Does someone actually draw like this? Yeah, you'd be surprised what people come up with, man. Every time you think you're not gonna be surprised anymore, someone surprises you with some amazing stuff. That's what you tend to find when it comes to this sort of field that we're engaged in. Right, let's go for the highlights now. Okay, but so I'm just coloring this darker because it's so dark. I'm gonna do some highlights in it. It's kind of impromptu. And think I'll be using blue on this character, but I didn't think it through. In retrospect, blue is better because of everything else I need to do with this character. But I need to draw background. This is the brown background. So these are things that you need to consider when you're drawing this. What backgrounds are you drawing? If you have a background, it's not every drawing that you're gonna have a background. I don't really do backgrounds often. This is scenery, so yeah, it's by definition a background. So I have to draw the scenery. That means that I should be mindful of what goes into it, what goes into the other elements of the scene. So the characters are a bit of an afterthought. That makes sense because at the end of the day, if I wanted them to be so important in the scene, they'll probably be bigger. But they aren't. So it's just like an addition. It complements the scene. It's not like the center. Well, it is kind of the center of the scene, but from an artistic perspective, I'm not really doing too much to really be overly concerned about their presentation, even if I've still put a lot of effort into uh, making the characters look the way I want them to look. I could have just like matte colored them and they just moved on. But I um I don't really do that. I don't do that. So I follow what I do and I always have to put detail on everything I do. So this is how I roll. This is what distinguishes me, I think. Um this is how I interpret my own art. Everyone has their own way of interpreting the art. A lot of people prefer to focus on drawing portraits and stuff, and I love drawing portraits. That's one of my favorite styles of art is portraits. It definitely is. Can't be denied. Okay, so I will look at coloring the characters' bodies now, and I can move on to doing other things. I'm gonna choose a color for them. Nice, cool, beautiful brown color. It has to be a bit darker, so it can be a bit more contrasting with the background. Oops. Make sure I don't over undo. Right, so I might need to use a different brush overall. But I prefer the other brush. I'm not really certain why it's acting a bit weird. It's just maybe me not using it properly. Okay. That was on point. I have to bring back the sergeant brush. This is mostly for doing certain details. Sergeant brush is beautiful for detailing as well. Just certain times when I'm using it, I don't seem to get what I want to get. And I switch. Other than that, I'll just use sergeant brush for the whole thing. And I'm using this one. Right, so I'm just filling this in with color. As you can see, select my color, the palette. I'm on my layer, rendering one still, because I'm gonna do that all my stuff for these characters are rendering one. And for the ground, I will go on a different layer for the ground, and then hopefully a different layer for the vegetation. Another layer maybe for the river as needed. We're gonna have all these different layers. Gonna make this stuff work. Coloring their skin, not doing anything super complicated. I'm gonna get all the nooks and crannies this character, so I don't have to come back and do it again. Do it as a one-off. Move on to another section. Get this painting done and dusted. That's a for Yeah, and I have to do some detail in there. That's all good. Let's finish off with this. This brush may be good. What I want to do next, but not. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to try another brush. Let's see if I can do some detailing of some kind. I don't tend to move to other things unless I feel comfortable doing so. Not sure what's going on. Okay, I know exactly what's going on. So I'm going to go and check which brush I'm going to use. My usual wide stroke brush. I've actually hit the limit. You can't blame Coral. It's like this dude, they're going too small. Play. Right, so just gonna detail this. So when I take off the line outs, I can actually see the character is doing. Right, that should be fine. Let's go back to selecting something else. I'm gonna go color the kid's skin. Okay. Looks good. Move on to something else. Move on to her. Let's get her cute face. Right, so I'm coloring this now. When I finish with her, I'll jump straight to the boy. I'll probably do both before I bring out the other brush again. Let us try and speed things up. I don't like to rush. I'm not rushing, just trying to be more efficient. I do like to finish things off before I go somewhere else, so I don't have to forget anything. And sometimes it can be a bit forgetful when it comes to these paintings. I find myself forgetting things sometimes, but I don't really bother myself too much if I do, because at the end of the day, like, sometimes I do forget things. I don't forget it on purpose. I just draw what I can, do what I can, do my best, put everything I can into that thing, then move on to the next. I don't become attached to the process. I am attached to the painting. I'm not attached to the process once I'm done with it. That makes sense, because a lot of times the women are getting stuck in a loop of constantly trying to fix their painting. Like, there's something wrong with it. I see a lot of people's work and it looks great, but it doesn't look great to them. And I know that's the artist's mind. That's what makes artists so great, because they're always trying to improve their work. But it can also be an albatross. You can also quickly become an albatross if you're not careful. Like a double-edged sword. I'm doing my hands now. I'm trying to stay in line. Don't make long strokes. The reason why I don't make long strokes is because I can undo what I'm doing. So if I undo what I'm doing, I don't have to, my whole work doesn't disappear, it doesn't vanish. If you do too many strokes before you undo, you have to undo something and you undo, everything goes. So it's better for you to do it in spurts. You color, stop, color, stop. That's how I tend to color. When I undo something, it's not gonna be the whole thing I just did vanishing. It also helps with your memory management too. It doesn't have to store so much information, because anytime you make a brush stroke, that goes into your RAM, literally. Your RAM has to hold that information. That's good. Let's go to the next one. See how this is going, guys. If you're following along, just color these pieces. Everyone's mind fill the blanks in for you. Whose imagination is amazing. That's the beauty of art. Art gives people free reign to use their imagination. A lot of times, some artists don't leave things to the imagination, and it makes people stay in the now when they're looking at their work. You have to detail that. So I think we're done here, so I can come and detail it later. We don't have many things to do. This boy, just all this. Connect that up. That rhymes. Make sure your artwork doesn't have no rhyme, no reason. Make sure your artwork is agrees. One thing connects to the other, and so on. When people see your work, they need to know where your work is going. That makes sense. You have to make sure that you don't do anything that's outside the norm of your style. that's kind of hard and simple for me because I don't really have a style. So it's hard in that sense, but it's simple because I have no style. So you're not really expecting me to follow convention and so on and so forth. But then again, I'm new here, so nobody really knows what I'm capable of and so on. That's perfectly fine. Right, so far it's kind of struggling on large these pieces. People will draw this big and then reduce the size of it. It's another thing you can do. That's what I should have thought about doing here, rather than me drawing this character so tiny. I've done that in the past. I didn't do that today for some reason, but it's okay. I'll take note of that hopefully, and I'll do that next time. Hmm. I think we're good here. Right, so I'm Yazat. I'm not an author. I am drawing this art piece to help you know that it's possible for you to do digital art no matter who you are. And I am doing this to act as a form of me teaching whatever little I know about art to help others out there, as well as others have helped me. I'm not like paying it forward type thing. So that's what I'm up, and that's what I'm up to here. If you're here, I really appreciate your presence. Please send me a chat, give me a follow. Don't forget to visit my website, which is yazat.me, which is yazart.me. I have novels on there. I have one called the Jommeland Saga, and it's 4-part chapter, full epic. Not gonna regret reading that story, so go and get it. It's on the website. I may have a lot of other things on there, so just feel free to look around. I have my merch as well. Drawings I've done on teacups, t-shirts, mugs, phone cases, pins, anything that you like is on there for your use. So feel free to go on there and look around, buy what you want. I'm trying to color this, and it's not doing the best. So it is what it is. I'll increase the size of my brush slightly. Alright, I think we're sticking with this. And I believe we're done with this layer. There's not much else to do now. I have to get her legs too. I forgot about that actually. Alright, so let's go get her legs. And we go from there. Okay, looks about cool. Looks actually very cool. Beauty of painting, right? That part. Go for the next one. I love it when the plan comes together. Oh dear, start from scratch. Nope, not doing that. Again. Try that again. Nope. Again. Yes. Let me just do a little something before I go. Okay, so I think I forgot to do the this boost on priors. I need to also make sure I can do some highlights on it as well. Okay, so this is what's doing here. You can see again how easy it is to get what you want done. On that note, we're not actually finished. I need to also do the shirts as well. So I'm gonna try and highlight that color. I'm gonna use Alt to select what I want. I'm going to go to the color and select something darker. You can see the shadow is here where her arm is against her shirt. Shadow is here, this side. Just choose for it to be on the other side and be a bit on this side as well. It's not set in stone, say. Shadow there. For him, the shadow somewhere here. It's a bit there, it's a bit there. I believe we're done with the characters now. So we've done the house, we've done the characters. Next thing we're gonna do, maybe I think, would be the greenery. The greenery is gonna control. No, I think that will not be the best option because I would like to draw on top of the ground. So it's best to draw the ground first and then do the greenery after. So the greenery can go on top of the ground if needed. If you think that's not the ideal, let me know in the chat. But I think that's the path I'm gonna follow. So this how it's looking so far. But you can see the distinction now. You can see the characters that come alive. You can see them despite how small they are. You know that they're there. You know they exist. Maybe they could be a bit bigger. I don't know. But I think they're okay. I can live with their current size. The next thing we're going now is to do the ground, and then after the ground, I'll do the greenery. We'll go from there. So let me just follow this step by step. We're making another layer. I'm gonna call this one rendering 2. So with this layer, I hope to color the ground. Maybe this layer should go under the characters actually, because I don't want it to affect the characters. Characters to affect it. Just looking to see where I'm gonna start from, because I'm gonna follow this through. I think I will just color over the fence and I will color it later. Or maybe not. Maybe I'll try and just color around the fence. Hope I do a decent job with it. Might be a bit messy, but that's the joy of life, man. Sometimes things get messy, you just have to deal with things as they come. God willing. So let's see. Let me get my browns. Get a decent brown going. That's a good brown. However, I think it looks cool. I'm gonna use my other regular brush, my sergeant brush for this. Just debating what to do, what to do, what to do. Again, like I said, it's not really about the brush, it's about you. You don't have to worry about what brush you're using. So use whatever brush you need to use. Let's do this. So I'm gonna start with this. Let's go the open spaces. As you can see, I'm just coloring everything. Not really too concerned about how everything looks right now. I'm just coloring. I can color my characters. As you can see, it's going behind the characters. Beauty of a good opaque brush. Um, that's why I put this layer behind them. That's why it's good to separate layers. Makes your life easier. This is another key thing you can learn in this life is to separate your layers in a way that makes sense. Try not to have too many layers unless you really want to. Then yeah, do whatever you want, whatever works for you. That's what matters, right? So I'm not too concerned about the greenery because I'm gonna likely paint over this while still being behind the characters. So yeah. Right. This is why I don't use this brush. Okay, so I manage this brush, but typically I don't use this brush to do stuff like this. So, paint around the fence now, making sure I get what I want to get done. So I'm debating whether I should just paint over the fence. I believe I will paint over the fence because it's just less work, less hassle for me. I just don't bother. Just paint over the fence. I won't really do any extra work on the fence section of things. I'll do the work outside the fence section. I can do two things. I can just continue with my fence work later on. I can just erase sections I want. So it depends on what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna do what I can to get this work done. Get it done best possible way, most efficient way possible. So, so we're going for going with efficiency. And also I need to check when I finish this. And then I can still work on that afterwards. I don't have to work on that now. So basically I was thinking about looking at my line knots, but I can work on that afterwards. It's not a big deal. And see how that goes. That's the beauty of drawings that you can always come back and modify what you've done. Always come back and make changes. You're not stuck in one place. You don't have to worry about your paint drying and all this stuff. You want to just delete the layer and start again, essentially. Sometimes I feel like doing that in this drawing, but I'm just going ahead. I don't think I need to do that. We can get something decent despite. I'm gonna keep coloring this section. When I get to the building and I'm gonna stop there. Hopefully it doesn't override. The building itself, everything the building I believe is behind. So it's gonna be on top of it. Might be a good idea to bring it on top, but I'm too pressed about that for now. Just get this whole stuff done so I can start getting to some work on this. Okay, with the initial rendering done. So I'm probably gonna be looking at just doing some regular stuff with my brushes. Maybe I'm gonna looking at some other things, like maybe other irregular brushes I haven't used since I started this whole thing. Just so you know, you don't have to use all that to get yourself a decent looking picture. Even is just getting yourself into the swing of things. When you get comfortable, then you can break out the wine. Break out the whole artillery. Because your brush is your artillery. To be fair, even though I do center a lot to tell you that, oh, don't worry about your brushing and stuff. Just that to let you know that you can literally go in there with a regular brush and come up with some really cool stuff. But there's some really, really amazing brushes out there that can enable you to do some really amazing stuff. That's the truth. Make your work look even more amazing. I have not used the software for a while. I'm gonna have to look for them. I might not even use them. Just depends on how I feel. I'm gonna go back to my regular Sergeant's brush. First and foremost. I'm gonna go different color. We're gonna see what other shades I can do with this, and then go from there. Mm-hmm. Doing something a bit darker. Maybe a bit too dark, to be fair. To start with. Let me just use that. Let me just see how that goes. It's actually perfect for me. Do some layering. This is where the power of your art comes into play. Kind of trick the mind, make it think like it's seeing something, but it's just 2D you're seeing. And try and make something look like it's 3D when it isn't. That's kind of what we're doing right now. So this is a very important part of drawing, if I do say so myself. Am I an expert in it? No, 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 no. What they say that? Just a regular bloke. Trying to show you one or two things. Ironically, you don't have to spend too much time doing this. You can see I'm trying to avoid. Then again, I need to do that because I need to reach the fence section. It really does. Okay. This is the house. The sun is coming shining from that side, right? So let's take that into account, I guess. Let me just. You can see, guys, I'm not spending too much time. You can see how this is turning out. You can do this for water as well. Not. Oh, I'm just stop saying stuff, but I'm sure you can think of people who are brilliant at drawing water. You don't need me to tell you that. Let's see. Okay, we're good. Let's go. We have to go. We have to go. Okay. Okay. second track. Okay, let's check on something. Let's see what it looks like. Hmm. Trying to get a certain look. I don't think I have the right shade still. And it's still too close to the original shape, but it still work in my favor. Just choosing darker shades and trying to layer the ground. It's kind of my goal. That's real dark. You see, one of the things that come about this brush into play is the pressure control. Make it fat, I can make it skinny, just pressing it, releasing it gradually. A very good way to get certain look, certain aesthetic. That's what you want. You know what you want, and then you just do that. Easier to try to follow the contours of the previous drawings and give it a bit more depth. You know, you got shading, sorry. So I'm going to see if I can get something out of it. This shade of brown is not necessarily my go-to color for brown, to be honest. But I manage it. Because I manage a lot of things, don't I? uh, I was thinking about drawing a car here. I was like, nah. Want too many stuff. Many stuff. That's too much stuff. Too many stuff. But yeah, so decided against that mentally. I don't think that would be ideal for the scene. We do have scenes I've drawn, scenery that have cars and everything. There wasn't that much going on in the scene, plus the character was bigger. I believe I have a merch that has a lady on it managing her farm with a tablet and a car in the scene. So yeah, if you want to see that, you can go to my website, which is yaza.me/merch. Then you'll be able to see that that particular drawing. When you click the drawing and you see all the things attached to it, like mugs, shirts, canvases, pins, all sorts of stuff that I'm sure you'd love. So feel free to go on and check that. So I try to avoid drawing the same stuff over and over again. Then again, humans are creatures of habit, so when we tend to do certain things over and over again, that's when we get brilliant at those things. So yeah, I do like to draw certain things over and over again. Maybe I'll do that another time. Just not right now. Right, so I think we might be done with this. Not done, just like I've reached a point where I can just move on to something else and go from there. This design might end up on the shirt too. So if you like the design when we finish it, then you can If you want it on a shirt, you tell me. I can put it on a shirt and some other stuff, and then you can purchase it on the store. Let me know what you want. I'm gonna go make it happen. Right, so I think the next thing we need to focus on are the trees and the greenery. So I think I'll focus on doing the trees now. The greenery will come behind it, I guess, on top of it. I'll do them in the same frame. I think I'll do them in the same frame. And then be in the same spot. Okay. And so I'm gonna make another layer now called rendering 3. So rendering 3 is on top of rendering 2, behind rendering 1, I believe. Yeah, so that should go nicely. I could use the same browns, but I don't think I will. I'm use a different brown for the trees. Just to give them a bit more demarcation, or maybe not. I need to decide of browns. Okay, let's try a different brown. Not the same. Hmm. Okay, so I'm not really getting what I think I want to get. That kind of goes without saying, but I need to keep trying to get the color I want without it going reddish. Maybe we'll try this one. Let's see how these ones go. Go from there. I don't think that's the color I want, to be honest. That's better, I think. That's better. Okay, I think this is better. Go with this one. Alright, guys, this is Yazat. I'm an artist and author. I'm doing this art piece to help people out to understand, digital art. Understand that digital art is not something that you have to run away from. Something that you can embrace. Something that anyone can do if you decide to do it. It's a decision thing, and you can basically make that decision to do it. I haven't mentioned, but I'll mention it now today regarding traditional artists. Traditional artists, you guys can move to digital art whenever you want. You don't have to think it's also your purview. You can see if you can do this stuff, you definitely can do it yourself. Something that you can pick up and something that you can imbibe relatively quickly if you so choose. Someone like me can do this, then you can definitely do it. Some of you are really amazing, in your traditional style, and some of you think, oh, digital art is just too much of a pain. No, it's not. You just get your software, do your research, find, and then all of you have what you do best, right? But I think the best traditional artists are pretty much like multi-talented in terms of like their approach and what they use. So all of you use like a mixture of oils, watercolors, acrylics, and whatnot, right? So if you find software that mirrors those sort of things, like um, I can't really tell you what to find, but they're out there. So you need to do your research and find the software. That's the most important thing for you. What's the most important thing? Is saying it's important because it involves your own desire, right? So when you do that research, that's you committing to the fact that you can actually do digital art. I don't have to tell you what to use. Because you're a human being, you have your own desires, you have your own mind on things. I don't have to tell you, oh, use this software because I use it. Mate, I don't really have any specific software I like to use when it comes to drawing. I just use whatever I feel like using at the time. A lot of times I use software, I don't even know where half the stuff is. I just pick it up and just start using it. That's how I knew that if I can do that, then it's possible. If I have the mindset to do that, I've learned over the years to do that. It's possible for anyone to just pick up any software of your choosing and do what you want to do. You have to be concerned about what people think. I don't think the best artists in the world care what people think. So I don't think that's something you should be concerned about. What you're concerned about is, can you do it? And the answer is yes, you can. You can literally go in your digital art software, pick it up, put up a canvas, select the resolution, select its canvas size, uh, add a layer. The layer is like a sheet that you draw on. Just look at it like an animation. Add a layer, select the color, select your brush, and then you're away. You're literally away. So if I can do it, then you can do it. I keep saying that for a reason because I don't think I'm anything special when it comes to digital art. I'm just saying that those of you that actually have that skill, you can do it. You can literally uh, add to your arsenal of traditional arts and basically pull up, pull up your app. It can be on tablet if you're more comfortable on tablet. The default on tablet that people tend to use, would they say is the best is Procreate, but I posit that you can use literally any software and it can be on Android and you can get the same results if you so choose. Obviously, like every software has its like capability, so you need to look at the software and ask yourself, what's useful. But I would again posit that it would best for you to go in and get just a regular software or use what you already have before you start splurging. Splurging is not the most important thing when it comes to what you want to do. The most important thing is to find out what you want to do, how you can achieve it with the least amount of effort. And a lot of times, the best things in life are free. Not a lot of times, always the best things in life are free. You might find that your favorite software out there might be a free software. Be surprised. A lot of free drawing software, a lot of free drawing apps out there that do the job and do it perfectly. You see a lot of artists out there, even on YouTube, that use free drawing apps and they do amazing. You know, so if they can do it, I'm sure you can. If I can do it, I'm sure you can. So you need to change your mindset about digital art. Don't think it's a competition. No one's competing with anybody. You go to DeviantArt who are out there making money using digital art. So it's something that you can get into. Throw your own hat in the ring. Don't be afraid. You get knocked out. Just pick yourself up and keep going. You understand? Just like you did when you were learning traditional. Same thing. And if I would say, I would say that the digital arts is actually far more forgiving. Traditional arts is a lot more strict. It's a higher, it's a harder thing to get into and to be recognized than anything else. That's not to say that it is recognized in digital art either, but my point is that you just do it because you want to do it. It's not about recognition, it's about doing what you want to do. That's my point. So, pick your software of choice, get out there, pick up your brush, a digital brush, select the brush you want. Or if you don't know which brush to use, just pick a round brush. Start from there. You can use any brush you want. Just use something that you feel comfortable using. Is all. Go from there and see how it goes for you. I'm pretty sure you're gonna have a swell time. That's my word of encouragement to you artists, because God encouraged me in my heart, and I feel the need to encourage others. And I've learned. So it's something that I feel you can do, something that can make take your eyes and your mind off a lot of different things going on in your life. It may be undesirable. It can be cathartic. You know, it can be a lot of different things. So you always have to look at things from a positive perspective, not be negative. Always think about things in a way that will be beneficial to you, will add to you, not remove from you. So change your mindset if you have the wrong one about digital art, and watch yourself fly, man. Right, so I'm just coloring these trees. As you can see, I'm just trying to get stuff down. I didn't really have in mind what I wanted to pull with these trees, to be honest. I prefer to keep things a bit dynamic. Just use this as a bit of a guide to have a rough idea what I want to do. That's how painting is, for the best for the experts out there. We all know how painting starts. It always starts very boring and empty. By the time you're done, people look at it and think, "Whoa, how did you come up with this?" It's like it's an act of faith. Drawing is like an act of faith. You have to just believe that you're gonna come up with something that's cool. And then boom, it's looking at you. It didn't take you that long to actually achieve it. You find I don't usually take this long to do stuff. Everything's a learning experience. I'm online and doing this and explaining and all this stuff. I find it to be something that I can learn from. That's how I choose to see it. Something like this might take me maybe a few hours to do typically. But I do love the experience of coming out here to teach what I know, to show people how this can be done, and to have an explanation for what I'm doing, even if I'm not the most technical person to explain, you know, what's going on behind the scenes, behind every keystroke, behind every brushstroke. Well, no, all I can tell you is I have a brush on my canvas and it's transferring paint. That's what it's doing. It's transferring paint on my canvas like you would in real life. Even though obviously it's digital and I can undo and redo stuff with relative ease. So that's the difference between drawing on digital and drawing on a canvas. Just checking something. Right, I'm drawing, I think my last tree using my trusty Sergeant's brush. I don't know what it is about this brush I love so much. I saw, you know, its use. And it's like, yep. I've seen a guy using it on YouTube. I think his name is Aaron Rotten. And ever since then, I've been using the Sergeant brush and it's been doing wonders for me. So I appreciate him for that. If you don't know him, he's cool on YouTube and he talks about a lot of different software. So maybe you want to go to his channel and see which software makes sense to you to use. He does reviews for a lot of different coloring software. I think that he would be a good place for you to find if you want advice on certain software and what their strengths are. You might find it on his channel. been doing this for a minute, so I understand a few things. But yeah, the people out there who have studied those things and they know the technical differences between each software. If that's how a thing interests you, you can go searching those reviews and so on. We all know how much we love reviews, so yeah. But my key thing is get your feet wet, right? Just get stuck in the pool, get stuck in. I realize there's quite a few people out there who have artistic ability, and then you don't really realize it when you see them just drawing stuff just so casually. It's like wow, like dude. Very few of them go digital, but when they do go digital, it's like an event. Like there's this guy I know who was so amazing with 3D. He could like make really advanced 3D models just because he could, you know. He just transferred his skill to software. He found the he found the presence of mind to do it, and he was so amazing with it, right? I think I've been blessed to be surrounded by so many artistic people who that have real skill, you know. So I hope that to be the case even here. Good people, love God, have real artistic skill. There's a lot of special people online. I hope to meet them, and I hope to support them in my own way, and I hope they support me too. We all need some kind of support in one way or the other, in some form of fashion, right? I think I'm got into a decent spot here. Now I can start variating. Happy curiosity playing nice today. Right, so we have 50 minutes left, guys. I'm gonna try and see if I can finish, do some details before I call it a day. I don't know how long it's gonna take before I finish rendering this whole piece online. I really don't know. All I know is I'm having fun being here talking to you guys, and I hope you guys are having fun too. In case you just got here, my name is Yazat. I'm an artist and author. I'm enjoying this art piece to help people see that they can do what I do and enjoy it in the process. And it's a cathartic process as well. And I hope that you enjoy my presentation. For those of you that have been throughout this presentation, I really appreciate you. Don't hesitate to message me, tell me how you feel, tell me what you like. I will try and get a darker shade now. This that's a good shade. That is a great shade. Yeah, so I'll use okay. shading these. Maybe at this juncture, I might want to disable my sketch layer. Okay, so wait, so I'm just trying to detail this as best I can. A bit too straight. Right guys, as you can see, I should have added details. I felt a bit distracted by the line art, so I took it down. You have a better look at what I'm doing. As you can see, I'm going to try and leave some sections of this with the original color. I give it some variation. Okay. So I'm just detailing these trees. Make sure I can get certain look about them. Give them some depth. That makes sense. Just like to. Because you know how easy it is to get this. But you need to have the right kind of brush as well. And the artistic look. Find that very, very key when it comes to drawing. Drawing can be very simple, can be very complicated. I tend to these days go for more simplicity than complication. So that's the like less is more. If you know what that means, you have to do as much as you think you need to do to make have a great drawing and to believe in yourself. Free your mind. I really love drawing. Honestly, I really do. I just thank God for the patience He's given me to really sit down to learn this craft. And I hope the same for you when you choose this path and choose to learn how to draw, choose to do something useful with your time. You know, can't tell you what that is. You know deep down what's useful to you. I can't tell you what's useful to you, but what it does for me is that it gives me something useful to do every day. So if I'm not writing, then I'm drawing. If I'm not drawing, then I'm writing. So that's kind of how it works for me. And so that's changed my life with those two things. So you can everything has a beginning, everything has an end. Choose what path you want to choose, want to go, and stick to it. Devote yourself to doing the right thing. Devote yourself to learning new skills that are useful. The skills I'm using today, I learned them a long time ago. I didn't know that one day I'd need them the way I do now. I really didn't. All those things I learned about shading and now it comes naturally. I don't have to stress myself. I don't have to bother myself for the convention. I know the convention. I can choose to follow that convention. I can choose to deny that convention. It's a choice for me because I understand what it is. I've studied, I've done my research, I've paid for courses, I've done everything. What I realize is that I have my own skill set. I don't need to learn my skill set from someone else. I need to believe in what I'm doing. I need to believe in my own skills, my own abilities, and let people do what they do best. And hopefully, they look at my work, they can learn something from my own work. I can learn from theirs. You know, if you always keep pumping up people to be this monolith that you can never reach, then you're kind of setting yourself up for failure. That's what you don't want to do. Right, I need to. Do I need that as a shade or not? Oh, I use what the colors here. Yeah, let's go the route. can go down this route and let me do so. Just let me one thing. Right, wonderful peeps. We are fast approaching the end of this. I just want to say, for those of you who took the time out to come join me on this journey, I really and truly appreciate it. I cannot put into words how grateful I am being on this journey. To have people like you watching my work, it really is encouraging to me to be able to have that level of engagement from people. Doesn't really matter whether I have X amount of views or not. I'm just grateful for even one. You know, I've come a long way, and I know what that even means for me. And I'm appreciative. I really appreciate having that. And yeah, you guys have no idea how much that means to me. And thank you so much for taking the time out to be here. Thank you so much for appreciating my art. I hope my art doesn't disappoint you at the end of the day, but I can't apologize for it because I appreciate it. I'm thankful for it, and I know that if it wasn't for God's mercy, I wouldn't be here doing this right now. So I'm thankful to be here at all. I hope that you guys can learn something from me. You guys can get something that be useful to you from this. The journey of 1,000 steps begins with one step. 1,000 miles, sorry, begins with one step. So this is my one step, and I'm going from here and moving. I hope you follow me on this journey, and you're very, very free to give me your input, whatever that may be. On the side of what I'm doing, I might have to do another shade on this work. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I don't know. We'll see. On the note of me finishing this, I want to say thanks again. Hope you guys are grand and you're having a good time. Please and please don't forget to follow me. Don't forget to comment. Don't forget to chat. I really, really would love your chats. I really would love to know um, how you feel about art, what your thoughts on art is, or you know, everything you think. Right, so give me a second. Guys. I think there's a gentleman called Casino 40, I believe. Casino 40. And he's been viewing my stuff, and I really appreciate that interaction. I really appreciate that consistency. And yeah, man, I'm shouting out because you're always very, very engaged what I'm doing, and that's very kind of you. As I mentioned you because you've been here, I think, from day one, and that's one of the reasons why I love coming on here is because of people like you that show up and just just your viewing alone, like it means a lot to me, and everyone else that's viewed as well. I really appreciate all of you, and I hope that you guys have a great day because I'm past my a time limit, and I hope that you guys will have a great time. Maybe there'll be a time I'll post for longer. If I see that you guys want that, then yeah, I will. Why not? I'm just looking for that interaction. If it's something that you guys want, why not? Until then, you guys have a great time. Don't forget to visit my website, which is at yazat, which is yazart.me. I have novels, which is I have the Drummerland Saga, which is a horror novel. If you're a horror fan, that's for you. I also have merch. I have music. I have a music out. I have an album out there. It's called The 12 Tribes of Yasharala. Great listening. You can go and listen to it. You can go and buy it as well. I got merch on there. Got stationery on there, and there's more stuff to come. I'm a very big content guy, so you have that in me. So you're not gonna lack content when it comes to someone like me. So I hope you guys are cool. I'll keep making this stuff. I hope you guys continue to enjoy the watch. I hope you guys are learning something from it. 'Cause I'm learning a ton from it, just from being here with you guys. You guys have a good day. Enjoy yourselves for the weekend. Have a great weekend. The weekend on Saturday begins on Sunday. I will be seeing you on Monday, same time, 9:30. Take it easy, guys. Ciao.